Looks like our guests are happy. Don't you think? Wait a minute. Oh, good God. You can now tell park management is never my cup of tea. I need some help here. Hiya, Borkers, especially the patrons that are listed on the screen before you. These are the ones that have given me more than just the support that you guys are giving me right now, and I would like to thank them very much. And if you want to be just like them, go ahead and click on the Patreon link in the description. At least $1 a month gets you on this list. More will give you additional benefits. Enjoy the video. Hiya, Borkers, I'm Jalen Fulf, and welcome back to Planet Coaster. Last time we were here, we completed the monorail, finally. With stations at the front of the park, over towards the section going into the jungle, over on one side of our little circle with the other stuff, including a coaster, and then back around to the front. All in an aerial fashion. But then I promised to you guys in the last episode that I wanted to put down a lake. The issue stands right now as to, one, where that lake's going to be, and two, how am I going to terraform such that we can still work with it? Well, my friends, I think we have our solution. Oh god, before we do that, though, I've got a couple of vendors that need rehiring. Rehire you, and rehire you. My number one important issue is management of the park, management of staff, etc. That's what my most important weaknesses are. But I'm very surprised as to how far this whole thing extends, especially with the custom hills that have been given me. I thought for a while there that I was going to be working with just flatland, and that was the extent of my park. But no, I have hills, and that much I didn't know. So, what can we do? Simple enough. The first thing I'm going to do is some terraforming. And what better way to do some terraforming than to start sculpting smooth out our stuff. I'll need to set the brush size, first off. I didn't want to smooth out, I wanted to pull the terrain to a place where I can easily just flatten it out. God, the terrain editing tools in this game are not quite the best, don't you guys think? Because if you think about it, I'm trying to work my way up. Hold on a minute, what is this? Roughen. Flatten to surface. Okay, that's what I wanted to do. I'm sorry, I got confused about the whole scenario. Then again, that gets rid of a lot of these hills. But then we still have a lot of other hills to work with. Am I right, guys? So yeah. I'll just be putting up a huge plateau around this area, which gives me enough room to build a lake. And how am I going to use this lake, you may ask? Well, if I had water rides, that would have easily worked. But again, you never know with these things. So I'll have to see how the terrain tools work, first off. At least I know how the terrain tools actually work. I swear to God, I did not mean to cover up all those trees. I may have to do some, deforestation around this area as well. That takes care of it. So yeah, that's at least enough for just a huge plateau in the area. And And if we look at this again, I can definitely do the same thing over here just to smooth it out just a little bit. Oh god. Okay, now I'm really fucking up my terrain. God, someone help. Someone please help. I'm really not in the mood to fuck up my terrain just a lot more than I already am. And this is not working out the way I wanted to. And now to finish it off, I'm just going to smooth out this section just to make it look like it's blending in, rather than just standing out against the crowd. Same thing over here. Of course, terrain just always has to look its most beautiful, especially in these rough situations. Did I get you guys with that little rough moment? Yeah, I'm bad. Just a bit more smoothing should do the trick. And that should do it. At least I have some space now for my lake, which now I am able to do just as fine. Although, I gotta increase that intensity. That's gotta be ridiculous. I just need a decent size such that I can actually... Just need a decent sized lake just so I can actually work with it. But with the slow nature of the terrain editor, it's just gonna take forever. I do want this to extend out like this. And then work our way around to here. Because we're going near a water ride, too, if I'm not mistaken. So we're going to blend this in as two different scenarios. We're going to the main park, and then another side which connects to the jungle. We'll have one side that connects... So again, in the same area, we'll have one side that connects to the jungle, and another side that connects wherever else. So this is going to take a while. I will have to cut this out. So now please tell me I can drop water in here. And then I can probably terraform through it. Yes, I can terraform through water in this game, unlike RCT3, where it just glitches out and moves the water for you. No fun, don't you guys agree? I kind of want that span of land to just disappear under that water. Which I'm actually doing. It's all sinking underneath, which I'm happy about. It looks a little rough around here. Maybe I can just round it out just a little bit. Again, terrain isn't exactly perfect. Especially when it comes to lakes. It's not really a perfect, like, circle or oval shape. There's various sizes to it. And that's the best I got. Hopefully... Wait. Now that is definitely not a heart. I can tell you that right now. Guaranteed I'm not the best artist. Especially within the fandom. Now, with that out of the way, I'm gonna lay down some more path work just to get the whole situation under, or at least that segment out of the way. And to continue the whole idea of natural paths, I'm gonna go ahead and do this. Width, how wide did I usually have it? 33? Yeah, 33 was about right. And so I do it like that. Actually, can I go through here and do the same thing? Let me just lengthen up to 5. Oh my god, that is so... Okay. 5 does one job good, but then let's go down to 2 so I can get this over here and out of the way. 2 like this. And then maybe down the road I can probably add a ride over here as well, because of all that terraforming that I did. that could go through that whole ravine slash plateau area. And that would circle this whole thing back around like this. To just complete the circuit like that. So that would be our little offshoot from the jungle area. But then I have to go back all the way across this area to connect to this path. And that'll be done eventually, but just not in this episode. I want to focus solely on the lake as well as some potential scenery areas, scenic items that could actually be here. And with that, I return now to the jungle scene, which would require me to go through nature. I believe I did acacia trees. What, didn't I? Yeah, I did. So for this, I'd have to go through here. I have to do a lot of acacia trees up to the lake. And then I do a bunch of acacia trees in the dead center. Maybe, perhaps, if it was a jungle theme, then by chance they'd probably have some kind of hidden little secrets hidden in the background. Then again, this is the best I can do for possible hidden secrets. So what could I possibly put in here that could fit the bill? Well, if it would help, then I'd probably start building something artsy craftsy. Then again, there's always the workshop that I could go through, so I'll see what I can find on the workshop that could potentially fit this area. If you guys have any suggestions on what in fact I could use, and what I could include in this little nook and cranny that could potentially be used as one of those secret hidden treasures, then please feel free to notify me down in the comments. I would love to get some feedback out of this. But in the meantime, however, we need something for the lake, and the best thing I can get for it is a simple water ride. But where could those water rides even be? Chances are, let's go to track rides. Or could I potentially get something off of... Wait, do I even have rides that go through that kind of water? I don't think I do. Coasters. No. Rides. There's supposed to be rides in here, and as well as like in RCT3 that actually put the guests on like a calm, soothing ride, like swan boats or canoes or bumper boats, those kind of things. I don't even see them anywhere here. Do they not have it? Okay, so new plan. Because at the time of this recording, I initially thought that I'd be using something to work inside the lake here, but unfortunately, it doesn't seem to be like there is something that can fit this lake. Then again, I'm not ruling out anything. But what I can instead include is I'm going to, potentially if I can find it, can I try something out of World's Fair? Interceptor, Jixer, or Vintage? Let's see what... Wait. Adventure. I need Adventure. Swinging Mine Train, Gold Fever. Mine Train's not going to fit for the lake. What about... Not Ghostbusters. Magnificent Rides? No. Classic Rides? No. How about Vintage? I'm gonna go back to World's Fair and try that. No, I can't. Okay, so forget that idea. I'm gonna just put my foot forward and just try my hand at possibly one of these. My best bet for a lake would probably be a reverse freefall. Although chances are I'd have to push it in such a way that it actually goes towards the lake. Then again, I generally didn't like this design when it was in RCT3. I generally did... What? The... I thought I said go this way. Wait, reverse free fall. What the fuck? Oh, hang on. Reverse. What was I thinking? Okay. I'm gonna undo this whole entire thing and just try this again. This time, we'll do it the correct way. Because here's how it's supposed to work. That's the direction it goes. But the basic idea of it saying it's reverse freefall is the designers intentionally made it so it actually goes in reverse. Why am I putting a tunnel there when clearly it's going over the lake? Okay. I have a better plan. We're gonna make the tunnel section, right? But then we're going to have it come out like this. Gotcha. And we'll include the tower base as well. I said tower base, dummy! Now, how high can this even go? This is the best I can do, really. With that being done, I need to do everything the way it's intended. But the whole idea of me doing this is that the fact of the matter is, I made everything way too close. So really what I can do... Oh. I have an even better plan. Instead of me placing down the normal entrance... Actually, I can place down the entrance, right? I didn't want to demolish it. I wanted to actually build it. I wanted to edit track. I wanted to change the station. I wanted to change the station so that it enters that way. Okay? So now I have the entrance on this side, the exit on this side, and this will be an inroads to the path going from here all the way back to the main entrance of the park. That'll be the inroads. But I could just go ahead and test it first. Let me just go ahead and test it first and see what happens. So that means going into coaster cam. And where is my coaster cam? Actually, there it is, ride camera. That's how it works. Okay, that was lame. That was lame. Okay. So hopefully that works. Let's see it coming back this way. It's gonna come back. Now it's gonna come back. I may have to do some speeding up this. Provided I know how to... Wait. Is it? Is it? It's stuck. It's stuck. Okay, closed. For some odd reason, I have no idea how this is even supposed to work. Okay. Edit track. How's it supposed to work? And furthermore, what's the speed it's supposed to go in? I need operations. I need to know how fast to make this. I need to know how fast to make this work. Forget it. I'm gonna see how the pre-mades work in this thing, if possible. Let me see what the coaster is for this. This is a reverse freefall, right? So if there's a blueprint here that can actually help me. Honest to God, I don't think I can find anything that can help me. So, apparently not. I can't find anything. Forget that idea. Forget that plan then. I'm gonna go ahead and go through a track ride, I guess. Water ride. Lay the land. Please tell me this goes in the water. Oh god, oh god. I did not want that. I did not want that. I wanted custom. Steamboats. Island adventure. And this actually goes in the water! What? What am I... Game! You said you didn't have any boat rides, and you give me that? What the fuck? Now, is there track length on here that can work with me, or no? At least now I know what this thing even does. This feels like more of a transport ride than it is an actual ride itself. Because basically what you're doing is you're giving these guys a tour of the lake. By the way, I'm feeling a bit rusty at the moment, particularly because of one particular thing that has gotten really irking about this right now, and that is I am particularly coming off of reacting to my old RCT3 that April Fool's Day video that I released not too long ago. If you want to see that video, that's going to be in the eye above. And I reacted to an RCT3 Death Park Platinum, the 2007 video that I did before this whole Let's Play thing even began. Again, if you want to see that one, the eye is also right up there. But with that out of the way, I'm just going to go ahead and continue with this just to get some ground cover. And see, what the fuck am I supposed to be doing with this? Because this is really freaking me out. Or at least I think. Is this supposed to be a transport ride, or is this supposed to be just a general ride in itself? I know it's supposed to be a boat ride, which I don't think has any rough... which I don't think would make sense unless rough waters were involved. Wait, there's no autocomplete on this thing. There's no autocomplete on this thing, what? Unless that's the end. Wait. Oh my god, I am that amount off? Really? Are you kidding me? I am that amount off, really? There! Whew. And I don't necessarily need to smooth anything, just gonna point that out. But if you think about it, that's simply not the whole lake. That is simply not the whole lake. If you come to think about it, chances are I could practically just go over to here, connect, get more pieces over here, come back around, but I don't want to go through the edge. But I don't want to edge it all the time. Which would make a lot of sense in the long run, too, if you think about it. But now, how to get this out of the way? Could I... I'm going to do... This was entry left, exit left. I'm going to make it entry left, exit right. Which is a unique way of doing it. Oh, but this is a transport ride after all. So I'm essentially just giving them a tour of the seas. So I'll put the entrance all the way over here as the one destination that they can go on, and then the exit over here. This is just a simple style. But now the paths. I'll get the... Whoa. I do kind of need to go like this, and then we're gonna change the 13 so it becomes a 13, and change the length from 2 to 1. We'll do that, and then work our way... I said work our way up, dummy! Okay, there we go. That's how we do it. Now, is this even supposed to work? Okay, so somehow I'm spotting this as working. Okay, it works. Now, with the Q path, I don't think we'll be able to make a, I don't think we'll be able to make this, capable of, what is it called? Priority pass? But we can try. Chances are not everybody's going to want to ride this ride. That's the best we can do, really. Eventually, I do want to see the guys at Frontier, once this whole pandemic is gone. I want them to consider adding the other types of water rides that would normally be found on RCT3. For instance, all the swan boats, all the bumper cars, all the jet skis, the rowing boats, those kind of rides. I don't necessarily see them in Planet Coaster, but this is the only water ride that I could potentially find. This is exactly what I'm aiming for. But, if it would make sense, might I suggest adding something similar to Roller Coaster Tycoon 3 Soaked and add other water rides, like a water slide, a pool system as well. You never know what can come out of that. Those are some ideas I can bring forward, and I have seen other creators bring those ideas up as well in forums. So now with that, how does this thing go? Let's, wait. Ride must be open before station can be opened or closed. Okay, so test, I said, and then let's ride cam this. Which would unfortunately involve me doing some sort of, let's see, interest. I'd have to go from... Yeah, I'll do the cinematic. Or rather, seat cam. I mean, chances are... Actually, let's just view it from the outside, since the coaster cam on this thing is just terrible. Chances are, though, it's just going to go that slow, and evidently, as it seems, you are going to see them just going through this whole thing, go through this one, come back through here. You can see the actual track underneath, which makes the boat actually stay on that same track. But I wonder how this would be used in practice. I mean, not really the best when it comes to scenery, except for that little jungle section. I'm not really the best when it comes to scenic moments with proper usage of this kind of boat ride stuff. But essentially, I could imagine the conductor of this boat, or the captain of this boat, being like, "So, this is the lake, what do you guys think?" And everybody would just be, like, bored and, like, "We want the real shit." Sorry, I can't give that to you this time. That reminds me, for those of you that play Planet Coaster, what is your biggest weakness when it comes to playing this game? Is it coaster building? Is it designing of everything? Is it micromanagement, like managing your staff and everything like that? Let me know down in the comments as well, alongside your ideas for what I could do with this whole section, so that I can understand what's going on here. But anyway, I'm just going to go back to training these guys and wait for the test results on the boat ride. And the biggest weakness about satisfying somebody that's fully trained, you never know what their expectations are. So I'm probably going to end up overpaying my staff when I raise wages. And that's the big weakness I have right now. Looks like this one's done. What are the results of this thing? Overview. Statistics. Pretty much just normal. I'm going to stop the test and just open this thing up. I mean, it's just one station, but then again, there may end up being another station like somewhere over here in terms of whether or not it could actually fit in the context of things. But then again, I am looking into adding a path that goes all the way from here to that side anyways. But I also want to build a coaster over here that would go through this whole ravine section. So let me know what y'all think, and I will look into the votes. There could also be a little poll, either on Twitter or on Straw Poll, that I can put up. I'm going to put a straw poll up first, and when I get close to making the next episode, I will put it up on Twitter. So with that, that's going to do it for today's episode of Planet Coaster. Next time we see each other, give me some ideas for the hidden treasure here. Some ideas, and whether I should go on as well to the coaster for the ravine. Or actually, I could do both. Don't have to bother me about that. I'll be waiting for your hidden treasure comments. But anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. If you like what you saw, leave a like, post your comments, hit subscribe to that notification bell, share this video with your friends, and as always, I'll catch you guys in the next one. Until next time...